Hi, thanks for joining me today. I'm going to continue our discussion that we've been having about the Fourth Amendment. Now, I've already gone over the basic tests to determine what is a search. I've gone over the difference between curtilage and an open field, and I've gone over situations where police officers or government agencies are looking at your curtilage, but from like an airplane or a helicopter. So now I want to talk about when police officers use thermal imaging to get details about the inside of your home, or essentially, is that a search, right? Is police officers using that imaging from the outside looking in, is that a search? And there's one situation where the Supreme Court of the U.S. has already dealt with this. There were police officers that were out on the street. They took their thermal imaging camera, and then they were looking into the home through the walls. So there was no actual physical intrusion. They were looking through the walls to see inside of the home. And ultimately, what the Supreme Court ruled is that no, police officers, you can't do that. The home is a sacred place, particularly the inside of the home, and you can't use these kinds of technologies in order to search a home like that. So that was a search in that situation. But there's an important rule that comes out of this Supreme Court case, and that rule is that it's not a search so long as the method that the police officers are using is not generally used in the public. So, when you're looking at their reasoning here, a thermal imaging camera is not something that's generally available to the public. So it's not something that, like everybody's not looking into everybody's homes with thermal imaging cameras. I think this case raises a really interesting legal question, though. And that question is, well, as technology goes on, what kind of things will become acceptable for police officers to use in their searches? For example, what about drones? A lot of people these days have drones. Police officers have started using drones for various situations. And I haven't seen a case up at the Supreme Court level that's particularly dealing with a search of somebody's home or curtilage using a drone. I haven't seen that yet. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist, but this is kind of an example of how the legal field has to slowly adapt to technological and social advances that are happening here in the U.S. and around the world. So this is just another little snippet in our discussion about the Fourth Amendment. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you'll join me next time. Remember, for any of these videos, if you're thinking that this kind of information might apply to a situation that you're in, or a criminal case that you're dealing with, you should consult an attorney to get much more information than I could offer in a very, very short video here. So I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for joining me today.